we used to grow up in this poor environment, but I did compound effect. I put in the bulldog mindset of follow John Simon, simple programmer. But they still say, oh, you know what? These other people, like I went to the UC system as well. Like all these Asians and white people, they had it easy. We Latinos aren't gonna make it because of like a lot of us were working the menial jobs. So I tell them, no, it's possible. Like you just. And that,
is it because you're trying to change them, or because they're impacting your mindset in a negative way?
I guess more of like a little bit of that to do with like starting to get into my head, like the negative mindset, because I grew up with these people. Like I've known them for literally over like half my entire life. And to see them beat them up themselves starts to like, it gets contagious.
Yeah.
So first off, like if it's you trying to change people, like family is the hardest. And the best advice I have there is just like continue to do your, instead of trying to convince them with words, like just keep doing your thing. Just keep being a light. You're not going to convince people, especially if they have an opinion of you, especially your former self, like after you've gone through your growth, they have an opinion of who you used to be. They're not going to listen to your advice or words. So just keep, like, don't worry about trying to convince them. Just keep doing your thing first. It's eliminating as much toxicity as possible. So if there's friends who only cut you down, like stop hanging out with those friends. If it's family, then you probably don't want to cut your mom out of your life. You know, that might be a step for some people, but just limiting access, limiting exposure, limiting conversations. Like maybe you don't talk about your career. Like if career is always a thing that explodes and is never positive, becomes like, just don't talk about that. Talk about family, talk about sports, talk about anything else besides those things. So you're cutting the bad friends, and you're limiting access to certain topics, and then fill the void. Like now you've got extra time, extra space. What are you filling it with? Like come to things like this, watch videos, like invest in yourself to continue to learn and keep getting better. And I think that like you can feel, a lot of people feel isolated and lonely once you start cutting back, and the temptation is to go back to what you had, because you get some benefit from your friends and some benefit from everybody else, but it's not the right environment for you to win in. And so like inject the positivity in with as much as possible, like people who have done what you want to do. So if it's about like people from your cultural background winning, then I would be reading biographies of people who are from your background who have won, or watching the videos of the people who are from your background who have won, because you're already ahead of where they started. You're ahead of the people who've crushed it from your background. They're crushing it. They had less than what you have right now. And so like that's a constant reminder for myself that I would use to fill the void. So like pick 5 to 10 heroes and just like constantly be around their content. It's not trying to convince your mom that you're right. It's just you building up the self-respect for yourself that you're able to do more.
Awesome. That's definitely. Actually, I thought about that. Yeah, it's pretty harder to like get people to change themselves though if they don't want to listen. But I try to tell them all this advice, but it seems like they're just like pushing it away.
But like people have to be ready. Like you guys are here, you're part of Believe Nation. You know, you watch the videos. You guys are like, if I go try to talk to her, she may not want to listen to me. You know? Love you. You know, it's like so, and especially family, because again, they know you for who you used to be, not who you are right now, and they still carry on to that. Like your mom doesn't want to listen to you for advice. She's your mom. It's supposed to be the other way around. Like it takes a really strong, courageous, like low ego person to listen to their kids for life advice, right? And that dynamic is probably not going to change. And so it's accepting it and continue to think, okay, if I just keep being a light, good things will happen. And they may not ever become the person that you want them to be, even if you know that it can bring them a lot more happiness. But take that guilt away from you. Like it's not your job to save your mom's mindset.
And plus, I like to give advice a lot too. So sometimes we want to give, but we don't have permission. So if you want to share something with them, say, you know, I have an idea. Is it okay if I share it with you? So if you get that permission first, they might be more receptive.
Oh yeah, so they a lot of it's like not to see with my mom. Like my mom's like not fond of, but I'm pretty sure she did out of convenience. So a lot of it has to do mainly with I say friends I knew just growing up since middle school.
Yeah.
They see what I'm doing and saying, oh, you probably because you got lucky, probably because you were in that like district, or they support the top students, you forget the rest of us.
But you don't owe your friends anything anymore. Like if it's friends, like you go make new friends. We stay in bad friendships out of convenience and out of loneliness. Because you've been their friends for 10 years. And so it's convenient, and if they weren't there, you'd be lonely. But they don't actually serve where you want to go anymore. You don't have to say like, you guys suck, I'm better than you. It's fine. Just right, that's fine. But like now it's like fill the void with new friends. Right? Fill the void with people who make you better.
Yeah.
Like part of why I love this is like, yeah, it's faces, but it's like I get energy from you guys too.
Yeah.
Right? You guys are all from different parts, but it's like it's a great vibe being around entrepreneurs who are trying to do something. Right? It gives you more confidence and more